Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation with a topic that's truly essential in our lives. Today, we'll be exploring the indispensable role of respect in modern relationships. We'll look at why respect matters so much beyond attraction and how it can truly make a difference in building loyalty and deep connections. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover what makes someone stand out and why respect is often the key factor. So, let's get started. Today, I want to share insights from Dr. Orion Taraban's lecture on addressing female disrespect. He emphasizes that respect isn't just a surface-level gesture. It's actually the foundation. Think of it as the backbone of love, trust, and commitment in a relationship. When a woman shows genuine, authentic respect for her partner, it's not just about politeness. It's about creating a deep, powerful bond. This kind of respect makes her nearly irreplaceable in his eyes, because it builds a connection that's strong and meaningful. Throughout this presentation, we'll see how understanding and practicing authentic respect can truly transform relationships and foster lasting love. Why respect is the foundation of choice. Men and women experience respect differently, and that's a crucial point to understand. For many men, respect isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a necessity, something they need deeply. You see, a man can be very attracted to a woman, feel a strong connection, but if he senses ongoing disrespect, that attraction can start to fade. It's not about superficial qualities like beauty or intelligence alone. Respect is what sustains the connection over time. So, when we talk about choice and lasting attraction, respect becomes the core. Because without it, the bond can weaken, no matter how strong it initially seems. And understanding this helps us see why building a respectful environment is so vital in any relationship. Dr. Taraban highlights a really important truth here that often gets overlooked. He points out that a man can love a woman even if he doesn't respect her. And unfortunately, this situation happens more often than we might think. It's a reminder that love isn't always rooted in respect, though that's a critical part of healthy relationships. On the other hand, the slide emphasizes a key difference for women. A woman, however, cannot truly love a man she doesn't respect. Respect is fundamental for her emotional connection and love to develop. This contrast is vital because it shows us how respect underpins genuine love, especially from a woman's perspective. It ties into our overall theme about the importance of mutual respect in building strong, lasting relationships. When respect is absent, love can become unbalanced or fragile. So, understanding this difference helps us see why cultivating respect is so essential for both partners. Let's explore an interesting aspect of how men and women often experience love and respect differently. For women, love tends to follow respect, so when they feel respected, love naturally grows. On the other hand, for men, respect is actually what sustains desire, loyalty, and commitment. It's like a foundation that keeps everything stable. Without that sense of respect, even the strongest chemistry, the initial spark, can collapse pretty quickly. So, understanding these differences is crucial because it helps us build stronger, more fulfilling relationships by addressing what truly matters to each partner. This insight ties into the overall theme of creating healthier connections through mutual understanding and respect. Disrespect in relationships isn't usually loud or obvious at first. Instead, it tends to sneak in gradually through small behaviors that can be easily denied or justified. Taraban compares this to how bullies operate in schools or prisons. They start with minor tests, like bumping into someone in a hallway just to see how they react. In relationships, these covert acts of disrespect might include things like rolling your eyes when he speaks, using sarcasm to undermine his ideas, or talking negatively about him to friends and family. It could also be dismissing his input during important decisions or teasing him in front of others to gain social points. While these behaviors may seem small, they slowly chip away at the emotional foundation of the relationship. Over time, a man who senses this pattern of disrespect and has options will often quietly withdraw. Recognizing these subtle signs is crucial because, as we've discussed, disrespect, no matter how minor it seems at first, can lead to larger issues if left unchecked. It's about understanding how these small, seemingly insignificant actions can accumulate and impact the overall health of the relationship. Let's talk about a simple but powerful test that Dr. Taraban suggests. Imagine asking yourself, would I say or do this to my boss if I wanted to keep my job? It's a straightforward way to gauge whether a behavior is respectful or not. For example, would you roll your eyes during a meeting? Would you mock your boss in front of clients? Or might you nag or mutter under your breath when your boss is speaking? If the answer to any of these is no, then chances are that same behavior towards your partner is a sign of disrespect. Now, I know this comparison might feel a bit controversial. You might think, a man is not the boss of me, and that's true. But the deeper message here is about priorities. If you treat your professional relationships with more respect than your romantic ones, you're silently signaling what matters most to you. A partner should never receive less respect than a boss. Ultimately, this test helps us reflect on how we prioritize respect and how that impacts our relationships overall. So, let's talk about why disrespect backfires on women. Many women believe that pushing boundaries or expressing irritation openly is a way to stay authentic in relationships. But the reality is, disrespect can actually cause two serious problems for women themselves. First, it can jeopardize the relationship. When a man knows he has self-worth and options, he won't tolerate ongoing disrespect. He might leave quietly, withdraw emotionally, or just stop prioritizing the relationship altogether. Second, disrespect erodes her own capacity to love. Women cannot truly love men they don't respect. The more a woman engages in disrespectful patterns, the less she feels genuine admiration or desire for her partner. Over time, this damages her emotional connection. In essence, disrespect doesn't just push him away, it also diminishes her ability to love him authentically. So, respecting each other is crucial for maintaining both the relationship and genuine feelings. Let's talk about addressing disrespect early, because this is really crucial in maintaining a healthy relationship. For men, the key is to recognize and address covert disrespect when it's still small. These subtle signs might seem minor at first, but if we ignore them, they can escalate into overt disrespect, which is much harder to correct later on. Setting boundaries early isn't about controlling your partner, it's about protecting the foundation of mutual respect. When that respect is solid, love and attraction can thrive. For women, the focus is on awareness. Many times, disrespect isn't intentional. It can come from stress, frustration, or simply differences in communication styles. Once you recognize these signs, it's important to address them promptly. Correcting disrespect early is vital if we want the relationship to grow and thrive. Overall, the idea is to catch these issues early, whether subtle or obvious, so they don't grow into bigger problems that threaten the connection we're trying to build. When we talk about the power of respect, it's really about how it transforms the dynamic between partners. When a woman shows respect for her partner, it's not about fear or obligation. It's about genuine admiration and appreciation. And that kind of respect sets her apart from the many options he might have. It's a message that says, "You are valued for who you are," which is incredibly powerful. Respect communicates loyalty, trust, and emotional safety. These are the foundational elements that help a relationship thrive. When a man feels respected, he feels safe to be himself and more likely to want to invest in the relationship. It makes him see her not just as a partner, but as someone truly worth choosing again and again. Now, the truth is simple but profound. Love without respect cannot survive. No matter how much love there is, if respect isn't there, it's fragile and unlikely to last. When respect is consistently shown, it becomes this invisible force, subtle but incredibly strong, that influences a man's choice. Even if he's tempted by other options, that respect keeps him anchored and committed. So, in the bigger picture, this is about understanding that respect isn't just a nice gesture. It's the core of a lasting, meaningful connection. It's what makes someone want to choose you day after day, despite all the other possibilities out there.